Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Yo-Chin, and this is Jo-Chin. We're so happy to finally meet you all.
Every thought you've ever had, every memory you hold, every time you move a muscle, it is all governed by the most sophisticated information processing system in the known universe. The human nervous system. It is essentially a biological internet. But it doesn't use fiber-optic cables or Wi-Fi. It uses a staggering network of billions of microscopic living cells, communicating through a chaotic but perfectly orchestrated dance of electricity and chemistry. Today, we are zooming in. Let's analyze exactly how a single thought travels through the void. This is the foundational unit of the entire system, the neuron. You have about 86 billion of these inside your skull alone. Think of it as a microscopic, highly specialized relay station. Those tree-like branches reaching out are called dendrites. They are the receivers. They listen to the whispers of thousands of neighboring neurons. When enough of those whispers tell the neuron to act, it fires. But how does a biological cell fire? It uses electricity, but not the kind that powers your desk lamp. This is a biological battery. By rapidly swapping positively charged sodium and potassium ions across its cellular membrane, the neuron generates a tiny electrical spike called an action potential. This spike shoots down a long, specialized tail called the axon at speeds of up to 260 miles per hour. It's insulated by a fatty layer called myelin, which keeps the electrical signal from leaking out. It is a masterpiece of efficiency. But eventually, the electrical cable ends. And that brings us to the ultimate hurdle. Neurons do not actually touch each other. There is a microscopic gap between them called the synapse. Electricity cannot cross this void. The biological internet should, theoretically, fail right here. But the system adapts. When the electrical spark hits the end of the line, it triggers the release of chemical messengers, neurotransmitters. Dopamine, serotonin, glutamate. These chemicals flood across the tiny gap like ships crossing a channel, binding to exact, lock-and-key receptors on the next neuron. The chemical signal is then instantly converted back into an electrical spark, and the journey continues. This entire process, from electrical spike to chemical release to new electrical spike, happens in a fraction of a millisecond. Every emotion you feel, every memory you recall, every complex problem you solve is simply the result of billions of these microscopic sparks and chemical leaps happening in perfect synchronization. We are, at our core, an incredibly beautiful, highly reactive system. If you appreciate deep dives into the psychology, mechanics, and systems that make us who we are, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below on what biological or psychological system we should analyze next. Until then, keep analyzing and keep learning.
Enjoying the insights? Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next video.